much. We're going to go next to the Dean of Continuing Education, Miss Butler, and she's going to be interviewing a photography student, Miss Joan Tsao. So we'll head to you all.
Hi, Joan.
Hey, Ann, how are you?
I'm really doing well, thank you. For those who don't know her, this is Joan Tsao. We have been friends for many, many years, and she and I are among a growing number of people in Sampson County who have been bitten by the shutterbug, a very contagious condition that's being spread by a very good friend of ours named Gloria Edwards. Is that right, Joan?
That's very true. We've got a bunch of people that have been bitten by that bug, and we're having a wonderful time at Sampson taking classes with Gloria to improve our photography ability.
For those who aren't aware of the classes, Gloria Edwards started a series of photography classes several years ago, starting with a class called Digital Do's and Don'ts. And the class has now grown to the point where we have a newly formed Shutterbugs 4 that is an advanced class, and it has been wildly successful. Joan, tell us, if you will, what are the signs and symptoms of somebody who has been bitten by a shutterbug?
Well, you'll see somebody who's constantly carrying a camera around, and if they're smart and following the advice of our teacher, they will also have a tripod, because we all know that tripod makes it work a lot better. And let's see, probably just a smile on their face, because it's really a good class, and you look at things from a different perspective once you've taken Shutterbugs 1, 2, and Digital Do's and Don'ts.
Now this is, if I'm not mistaken, you are now taking the second class, and tell us, if you will, some of the things that you have learned in the class that are making you a better photographer.
One of the things that Gloria likes to emphasize is we don't always have to use our flash. And one of the most enjoyable nights that we had was a day that we went to White Lake and took pictures of the sunset over White Lake. The pictures were beautiful. We were not allowed to use our flash at all. Pictures turned out beautifully. One class I did miss, they walked around downtown at Christmas time and took pictures of the various Christmas displays that were going on and just could not use their flash, and those turned out great too. And that was an evening walk around town. So don't use your flash.
That's true. That is one of the first things that you learn on the first night of class. Turn your flash off. Those of us who have participated in the class, and I've taken 3 now, we have as much fun being entertained in the class as we do learning. In fact, our learning goes way beyond the classroom walls. You've been to White Lake and to downtown. We've also been to Chimney Rock and places all over North Carolina. Next month we're getting ready to go to Washington, D.C. on a 2-night, 3-day trip to explore the beauty of our nation's capital. So it's a wonderful experience for anybody who's wanting to improve their photography.
And you don't have to be an expert, and you don't have to be afraid. And probably, Ann, one of the most enjoyable classes at the end of the semester or the end of the class when Gloria tells us we have to have our final, and everybody has to choose 5 of their favorite photos that they've taken, and we go around the classroom and everybody shows their 5 photos, and they're some of the most fantastic pictures that you have ever seen, and they're taken by local people from Sampson County with little to no experience who are just enjoying themselves and realizing that you can have fun with a camera and you don't have to be an expert with it.
And you don't have to have an expensive camera. I think that's one of the things that intimidates some people is that they think you have to have a really expensive camera and a lot of expensive equipment, but you go in there and you can have something as simple as a point and shoot, and the more you learn, the more you want, and you end up upgrading your cameras. So for anybody who has not participated in these classes and would love the experience of becoming a better photographer, get involved, call Continuing Ed, and find out what these photography classes are like, because it will enrich your life tremendously.